Long before the first stones of the Egyptian pyramids were laid, and long before the rise of the great Mediterranean empires, the continent of Europe was not a vast empty forest of primitive hunter-gatherers. It was home to staggering monumental settlements. Using advanced AI trained on decades of aerial ground-penetrating radar, the microscopic analysis of ancient ceramics, and the excavation of colossal, forgotten stone walls, we have mapped out the true hidden metropolises of prehistoric Europe. We are not going to stay in just one place. We're going to track the sun across a single, unbroken 24-hour cycle, leaping across space and time to experience the absolute zeniths of the Neolithic and Copper Ages. We will feel the scorching heat of the world's first industrial salt fortresses in the Balkans, navigate the dizzying, concentric avenues of the massive megasites of the Eastern Steppes, walk the impenetrable stone bastions of Iberia, and end under the freezing, starlit skies of a massive painted temple complex in the far north. This is a journey through the true, forgotten capitals of ancient Europe. The day begins at 5 a.m. The year is 4500 BC. The location is Provadia Solnitsata in modern-day Bulgaria. The morning air is thick, incredibly humid, and carries a sharp, stinging scent of brine and wood smoke. You wake up inside a towering, heavily fortified settlement. You are standing inside what archaeologists believe is the very first walled town in all of Europe. You walk out of your two-story, timber-framed house. You do not see a simple wooden palisade protecting your community. Looming over you are massive, dry stone defensive walls, built of huge, unhewn limestone blocks reaching up to 10 feet thick. Why did your people build such staggering fortifications thousands of years before the rest of the continent? Because you sit on top of the ultimate wealth of the prehistoric world. You walk toward the center of the settlement. Hundreds of massive dome-shaped clay ovens are already roaring with fire. Workers are hauling thousands of gallons of water drawn from a unique local underground spring. You are a master salt boiler. In an era long before refrigeration, salt is the absolute, undisputed key to preserving food and surviving the brutal European winters. You watch as the brine is poured into specialized, thick-walled ceramic bowls and placed directly into the roaring ovens. The water boils away, leaving behind pure, solid blocks of white salt. You are mass-producing this vital resource, exporting it in heavy carts across the Balkans. In exchange, your settlement receives something entirely new and breathtaking: pure, gleaming gold, mined from the nearby Varna region. You are standing at the absolute dawn of European industry and wealth. By 12 p.m., the sun reaches its zenith. We jump 600 years forward in time and 500 miles to the northeast. The year is 3900 BC. The location is Majdanetska, stretching across the vast, rolling plains of modern-day Ukraine and sweeping down into Romania. You are standing in the middle of a Cucuteni Tripilia megasite. The sheer, terrifying scale of this place defies every assumption about the Stone Age. You are standing in a planned settlement covering over 600 acres, home to perhaps 40,000 people. You walk down a wide, perfectly straight avenue. You are navigating a city laid out in massive, flawless concentric rings. Over 3,000 enormous two-story houses are arranged in these circles, surrounding a vast, open, central plaza. The architecture is a marvel of environmental engineering. The houses are built of heavy timber, their walls thickly coated in smooth, insulating clay. You enter the courtyard of a master artisan. The heat of the midday sun beats down on incredibly advanced, multi-chambered clay kilns. Your people are the undisputed masters of prehistoric ceramics. You watch as artisans carefully paint smooth, fired clay vessels with intricate, hypnotic, swirling geometric patterns using rich black, stark white, and vibrant red pigments. As you walk through the concentric rings, you notice a profound, mysterious absence. There are no massive palaces here. There are no grand elevated temples for a supreme king. The layout suggests a staggering, highly complex, egalitarian society, managing the agricultural logistics of 40,000 mouths through an intricate network of local councils. You watch massive caravans of ox-drawn carts arriving from the surrounding river valleys, bringing thousands of tons of grain and timber to sustain this impossible, sprawling utopia of mud and wood. By 5 p.m., the late afternoon sun casts long, deep shadows. We jump 700 years forward and 2,000 miles to the extreme southwest of the continent. The year is 3200 BC. The location is Los Millares, in the sun-scorched, arid hills of Andalusia, Spain. The landscape is harsh, rocky, and completely unforgiving. You are standing on a high fortified promontory overlooking the Andarax River. This is the absolute apex of the Iberian Copper Age. You walk toward the outer perimeter of the settlement. The defensive architecture here is breathtakingly complex. You do not just have one wall, you are protected by 4 successive lines of concentric, heavy stone fortifications. You walk past semicircular, projecting stone bastions and highly engineered, overlapping gateway entrances designed to completely control the flow of traffic. Outside the main walls, a network of 13 advanced stone forts sits on the surrounding hills, acting as an early warning system. You step into the metallurgical quarter of the city. The air is thick with the sharp metallic tang of melted ore. You watch as specialized craftsmen operate deep clay-lined smelting pits. They use long, hollow tubes to blow air directly into the charcoal fires, raising the temperature to impossible heights. They are taking raw, green malachite rock and extracting pure, liquid copper. You watch as the molten metal is poured into stone molds, cooling into heavy axe heads, daggers, and tools. Your settlement controls the incredibly lucrative flow of copper across the Mediterranean. You walk past the elite housing sector, where the leaders of this highly stratified society manage the flow of imported ivory from Africa and ostrich eggshells from the deep desert, trading their brilliant, newly forged metal for the most exotic treasures of the prehistoric world. By 11 p.m., the night completely swallows the continent. We jump 200 years forward and entirely across Europe to the freezing, windswept extreme north. The year is 3000 BC. The location is the Ness of Brodgar in the Orkney Islands of Scotland. The air is bitterly cold, howling off the dark waters of the lochs. But you are completely protected. You are standing inside a massive walled peninsula, walking through one of the most staggering monumental ceremonial complexes ever constructed in the ancient world. You enter the structure archaeologists will later call Structure 10. The walls are over 16 feet thick, built of beautifully dressed, perfectly layered slabs of local flagstone. But as you step into the cavernous interior, the light from the roaring central hearth reveals something entirely unexpected. The ancient world was not grey. The massive stone walls of this temple are brilliantly painted. You see vibrant pigments of hematite red, galena yellow, and stark charcoal black applied directly to the stonework, arranged in complex, zigzagging geometric patterns. The roof above you is a masterpiece of Neolithic engineering, covered entirely in heavy, carefully overlapped stone slate tiles. You stand by the fire, surrounded by the elite leaders of the northern tribes. They have gathered here from across the islands, bringing fine grooved ware pottery and polished stone mace heads. The sheer unbelievable effort required to quarry, transport, and perfectly assemble thousands of tons of stone on this freezing remote island speaks to a society bound together by absolute, unbreakable religious and civic devotion. You walk out of the heavy stone doors and into the dark, freezing courtyard. You look up. The night sky is not black. It is dancing with the brilliant, shifting, ethereal green and violet curtains of the Aurora borealis, the northern lights. You stand within the massive stone walls, the painted rock glowing faintly in the starlight. You have witnessed the boiling salt vats of the Balkans, the sprawling concentric avenues of the Eastern Steppes, and the roaring copper forges of Iberia. The people of prehistoric Europe were not simple wanderers waiting for civilization to arrive from the outside. They were master architects, brilliant metallurgists, and profound engineers who mapped the stars and shaped the earth to their absolute will. Their wooden roofs eventually collapsed, their massive clay cities were deliberately burned and abandoned, and their languages vanished entirely into the wind. But the staggering stone foundations they left behind proved that the human drive to build, to organize, and to reach for the heavens has always been woven deeply into the fabric of the continent. This video is brought to you by the Paladin Learn History app. Scan the QR code to learn more history.